Hello, my name's John and I drink things on the internet, and today we're doing something that is massively overdue. This little blue bottle in front of me, this is a miniature of Bombay Sapphire. It's a 40% gin, and it's one of the most famous names on the market when it comes to the premium category of gins. Some people might be a little bit surprised to hear me call it a premium gin, particularly people that have worked with me, because they know that normally when I'm working I have something of an aversion to this gin. There's a simple reason for that. People know what it is, and people are naturally going to go towards it, and my job as a salesman is to encourage people to go with other things that they might also like, because it's an experience, and that's what you're there for in a bar, usually. Or just to get messed up on a Friday night, but whatever works for you. It's faultless, for want of a better way of putting it. It's good quality, readily accessible, and pretty inexpensive gin. It is also the first spirit that I covered on this channel, sort of, through proxy. I've never actually reviewed the gin itself, so much as I've used it as an ingredient for other things. If you want to check out that video and kind of see how far I've come in that time, or not really, then there'll be a card. It's the first one I did, so be kind. But yeah, Bombay Sapphire. Now that on the miniature there is something lacking that the larger bottle does have. On either side you've got 5 botanicals each flanking the bottle, and that is the 10 botanicals that go into the gin. You've got your normal things in there like gentian, juniper, all the rest of it. I did not rehearse them to knock them off the top of my head. That would have been cool, but I didn't do that. If we're lucky, we'll be out of here in time for tea. Right, so I'm going to put this in a whiskey glass. I'm going to try it neat, which not a lot of people do. I know that's not a thing, but I'm going to try it neat anyway, so I can kind of pick out what's in the spirit, and then we're going to add a bit of tonic. Historically, I have measured this out. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because it's been 4 months in lockdown, and if I haven't nailed this down by now, then I'm never going to. Very lemony, very bright, there's a little bit of pepper in there. The juniper is there, but it's a little bit kind of muted. The other botanicals are sort of taking over. There's a little bit of like a dry spice going on in there as well. I'm going to drink it now. First thing I'm getting off that is like a good quality lemon curd. It's really citrusy, and there's like an element of sweetness without it being overwhelming. And then the juniper's coming in a little bit later, providing not an overwhelming bitterness. It just kind of rounds the flavour out. And then a little more lemon just to finish off. It's a super citrusy gin, actually. Very light, very mellow, very easy drinking. That was louder than I thought it was going to be. Okay, I'm going to put some tonic in this now, because that's what normal people do. They don't just sip gin neat. I suppose it depends on how bad of a day you've had, really. I might just shoot the entire bottle. I tend not to have too much tonic with my gin. When I've been out and I've had a gin and tonic, I will make one of those like little bottles last me for 2 gins, and people give me a look as if to say, "You're right." Now I'm getting like kaffir lime leaf on the nose now, and a little bit more of that dry spice coming through. The juniper's gone now. The juniper's not there at all. So there are icing sugar notes, which is from the tonic. That wasn't present with the gin, which is part of the reason I try these neat first, so I can pick those things out and dismiss them where necessary. Again, the juniper's not there. There is a lemony element, but it fades. And the spice is there a little bit, but it's kind of like a sort of general, you opened up the spice cupboard to get something else out of there and then closed it again. It's not very forward. The main thing that is coming through is lemon. It's quite a clean lemon flavour. There's a little bit of bitterness at the back, but again, it's just kind of a little overwhelmed by the tonic. It's absolutely not a bad drink. I would happily drink that in the pub. I'd probably pick it up and be like, where'd the gin go? Cool, that was Bombay Sapphire. We took 3.5 years to get here. Go me. Comment down below, what's your favourite gin? What do you drink when you're out? Do you like Bombay? Do you go with the Gordons? Are you a Beefeater person? Hendrix? Do you go with the niche stuff like me and my bad hipster self? Thumb the video if you enjoyed this, and if you're new here or you just haven't gotten around to it yet, then please do consider subscribing, because I do this a fair bit. It's not a good idea, but it's a living, hey? Thank you very much for watching. One last thing as well, if you feel like supporting me financially, there are links to my Patreon down below. Feel free to check it out, if nothing else. I try to make the descriptions quite funny for the tiers, so it's a giggle if nothing else. Thank you very much for watching, and please do join me next time where I'll be drinking something else.